Hello there, everyone. This is Neko here, getting ready to play Sons of the Forest. Woohoo! Alright, so today we're going to be showing you a couple of tricks to build with stone. First one is how to build or this won't be the first one, this will be the last thing I cover, and that's how to build curved structures. As you can see here, we've got it curved and everything. Some of you probably already have the idea on how to do that. The second one is how to build on slopes. As you can see here, normally you run into the issue of this not being able to continue all the way down this slope here. I'm going to show you a method to make that work. Now, and then the first thing we'll be covering with after all that is straightening up the stone when it's uneven. You can see from here to here it goes down, and you can tell this is a 2 and this is a 2. Heck, even this here is 2 and it's going down too. So if you're having trouble figuring this out, there's a method to fixing all of this. And then you can tell there's all that fun crud here going on. So in order to fix this method, you're going to want a stone, and then you're going to want to place into here. Once you do that, you can then, let's remove this and set that to the side. You can then take this and replop it down. Once you've done that, it's now level with this structure. So now we're going to repeat the process. Now, sometimes you'll have to add one stone to this or not, but now you take this, lift it up. Alright, we're going to pop this off to the side here, and then we're going to grab this one, throw it down, and as you can see, it levels out. We can now remove it, and there you go. So basically, you just repeat the process like this. Now, to level out your structure, depending on the height it is, so that one we're going to have to add a stone, as you can see, to get it even with this, and there you go, it's now even. That means from then on, we're going to have to add some stones to here, so depending on how you want to go, so you could go from low and make it lower, or you can do what I'm doing right now. This is just an example structure right here. As you can see, pops, straightens out. We're going to have to... This one is going to require 2 stones. In other words, we're going to have to get it level like that. Then we should be able to throw that in, and that should level this out. And then from there we should have to just set this up. We'll set that to the side. And we'll just borrow a log for demonstrations. And there you go. Now, it actually looks like it's even. And even if it doesn't look like it's even, you simply just do what you did before. You throw in right here. Then you pop off the parts that you want, and then you slap in this. As you see, this slightly twitched, so it's not 100% even, but I will call it close enough. It's not enough to actually bother the hell out of me. And if it is for you, then you just simply just take this all off. Not there. And there, and then you just re-slap it down until everything is... Oh, you might not be able to get it to do it, but either way, you get the idea. You just repeat that process until you're good to go. Now, sometimes if you have run into this issue where it's not connecting where you want... Ooh, stone? There we are. Sometimes you have to do this. Boop. Oh, okay. Okay, so sometimes you have to actually change the order in which you build. Oh, there we go. See? Ta-da! It's fixed. Although I'll admit, I don't know how that got fixed. But anyways, that's straightening out your structures. Now you can decide which orders of these tricks is advanced and not advanced and intermediate and all that fun crud. I would consider that their basic. Now, this part is going to depend on you. This, in other words, whether that's going to be advanced, intermediate, or whatever you want to call it. But let's get on with this. So, you're trying... Oh. There we go. So you're trying to build down a hill like this. You run into the issue of, oh no, you can't do it. What some people can do is you simply just take this and you try and line it up the best you can. But depending on the steepness of the hill, as you can see here, it's not going to allow you to do that. As you can see, it's red. But if I change it slightly like that, it works. So it all depends on the steepness. So if you can't get it to work like this, but you want your wall to be connected, we're going to set this down somewhere. Here we go. We'll just set it right here. So in order to do this part, you're going to need 2 logs and 2 quarter logs, which we've got the 2 logs right here. I can probably go find 2 quarter logs. Now, sometimes you may need bigger than a quarter log, but this is just to get you started. Yeah, hello there, and winter is right around the corner. So we're gonna have to go find some clothes, for winter clothes for her and me. So, now that we've got the 2 quarter logs here, let's plop that down. And this is what I basically call the box method or the L method, depending on how you want to call this. But effectively what you do is you plop down right here, then you can take another one of these, then you can plop right here, and then this is where the part where you're going to need the other quarter log, and why I say you're going to need another one, because once you start going. So you're going to have to throw down a log here. Once you've got that set up, you can then take... I hate that. Sometimes material mysteriously disappears. I don't know why that happens. So we're going to leave that on there for now, just because I don't want this to happen again. And then from there, so if you have it mysteriously disappear, what you could do is simply use 3. Now that you've got this right here, you can now take this 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you can build off like this. Now you might be wondering, okay, but what about the log? For some reason, you can pull it off, and that's why I call that. Now this is where the fun part gets. Depending on the steepness of the slope, as I said before, you will start to notice something. Let me just see what... Okay, we'll pop that one. Right. Actually, we'll throw in the quarter log here because I want to get these to make sure they're guaranteed to stay. Conveniently, that tree's kind of in the way, but hey, we'll pop that. We'll throw that onto there. And then from there, we're going to repeat the process. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we should be able to build. Now here's the part that I'm talking about. You'll notice that there's wood here, and that depends on if you want that wood or not. I haven't figured out exactly how to get this removed yet. And then there's the other issues of the holes in the wall, which I'll show you if you plan to do a hole in the wall. Now, if you want to fix the wood here like this, you simply come back over to this spot and you pop it. Oh, I forgot. I should have done this one first. Oops. So we're going to have to redo this. Dang it. Like I said, I've learned these methods just recently myself, so I'm still learning on how to do quite a bit of this. But as you see, it's working. You just plop. And then if you want to, you simply take the previous one here. Then you notice it sticks up like that, but as soon as you plop it, it connects down like that. And it runs along the ground here. Now, I should be able to remove this. Do this. In other words, place down the L. Remove this like I did the last one. And there you go. Now we should be able to do that, and then we can continue to repeat the process. So we come down to here, fill this in, take this one. Alright, I forgot. We gotta build that piece first. Come over here, build off this, then remove this one. There we go. Now that you've got that, as you see, the slope is starting to get at a specific angle. So that's where you start to see these issues. There are ways to fix them. I just haven't 100% figured out how to do it just yet, which means we'll have to wait on that. But if you don't mind that little gap in the wood there, then this is how you can get started with being able to build down the slope. Yep. We're gonna plop that down right there. We're gonna fill in this. We're going to build off that real quick. There we go. Before we remove the log, then we can take this one, plop it down. There we go. Now we can take this, slap it over, and repeat. Now, if you fiddle a little around and you find the slope you want, you can make this look pretty decent. In other words, you won't have this major gap right here or this. You could actually have it go from here to here to here and smoothly transition as a curve, kind of like what's going on right here. You can see that it goes from here to right there, down to there, following a somewhat smooth curve. And now we move this, and then we throw it down. Now, and even here, you can see it smoothly curves here to here. Now, some of these things, again, they don't always work, and then you get issues like this. I have not figured out this issue either, so I kind of hope they improve upon the stone and fun stuff like that. And now we can continue on. Yeah, that's where this starts to happen. Actually, I think we're at a point. Oh, actually, there is a way to fix this. But this is where you stop. This is where you have to get the building onto the ground part. And sometimes you can do that by, if you are at a decent enough level or curve, you can simply take this and build off of this and it will be lower to the ground. But it seems we're not there yet, which, that's fine. But now, as you can see here, we built a nice wall that goes from up here all the way down to here. Now there are some things that won't work, some things that you're going to need to figure it out on your own, or wait till I get another video. This is what I'm talking about with the issue here. You can see that it floats. If you can set up a pillar, or you can do something like this where oh, maybe not. Sometimes you can set up a method where you can get this to I'm gonna have to see. We might be able to get it where we can get that to that. Now you can see the gap with the stone, the wood. It's just as bad with stone, and I gotta see if I can actually. Yeah. So sometimes you have to put a. Where's it? A pillar of some kind, if you can, right in here. And then what you can do, let's just show you an example. This is one way I figured out how to do this, but as you can see, you'll then have a piece sticking off like that. Then you can take a rock and then you can throw it, come on, right there. And then you can have that like that. So when you do build a wall, you can then fill it in like that. That is a method you could do to fill in now those gaps like this and still have a nice smooth flowing wall. Now the issue becomes this here. You can't remove this, so now you have this little stick here. There is a way to get this to work like this, but I have to figure out how to do it. But anyways, as you can see here, this is how you can get a wall built. We'll actually switch this over to stone real quick and show you. 1, 2, 3. I didn't realize we're going to end up uneven. Oh, it might not work with stone. Works a little bit different, but you can basically set up that pillar. You can put in this, then you can throw in a stone right here, so you'll have a nice little hole right here, which makes this seem like it works. In other words, you can make it look like it's working, but I do hope they fix some of this, because that stupid tree, it becomes a pain to deal with after a certain point. And then you got this issue. You now know how to get at least the outline to flow from here to here all the way and be connected. So if you decide you wanted to make a wall or just a nice little path thing like this, which actually, I don't know if that, you might be able to make stairs. That would be kind of cool. Yeah, I kind of figured wouldn't be able to go up, but if you repeat this process all the way down, you could make steps or a ramp all the way down. So this is one way to make a path too. Now if I continue to experiment, I might find other means or methods to get this to work, and then maybe I can show you guys that. But realistically, I want to continue on with my build. I just wanted to show some people tricks on building with stone. So now we've got this covered, which I spent probably way too long. It comes down to building curves. Woo! So there's a few ways to do it. We're gonna start throwing everything off to the side here so we can actually rebuild it and show you everything. Now, I wish there was a more accurate method to measuring, because you can see right here and right here, if I had this set up perfectly, this and this would match up right basically here where this little dot, center dot line is pointing. And then these would be exactly one log apart. And then there would be a few other fun things. But anyways, we'll show you how to get building curves. Now the size and the complexity is going to vary depending on who and what you're doing and all that other fun crud. And we're going to show you how to fill in the structure and what to do and to be able to get the curves, because some of you might not realize this trick with stone, which is the fun part and why I like stone to a degree. There are some things that still need to be worked on, but still. So now you're wondering how to build curves. Well, first you're going to need to place it down like this. You're going to need at least 2 for this, because now that you see that I pulled this off, you're not going to notice it right away. But you can see that these are snapped into place. Right. But I'll show you this first. So throw that one down, so we can then place that down. Now you'll notice this snaps into place right here. Now here's the fun part. You want to break that snap. What you do is you take that, in other words, like you got like this piece and this piece. You can now take the piece off of this, and look at that, you've broken the snap to this. So this will allow you to build structures, square structures. For now, and if you want to fix the snap, you simply... Alright, we're going to have to do this... Oh, why the hell are you pointing way over there? What I just showed here is going to be important later in a little bit. I'm just going to get this at least 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll get this at least 4 wide. May not have enough stone. Perfect. Now we can get rid of that. And we're going to have to break the snap on all of these. So, oops, not that. So we got to put that on there, put that on there, put this on here, and this on here. So now we broke the snap on all of them. So now we can choose where we want to angle these in order to achieve the curve we want. So I might just go like that. They will snap into place over time. And you're going to have to break the snap each time. So pop that on. Now we're going to go to... good enough. Now, sometimes it gets hard to line up the curves the way you want, and all that other fun crud. But we're just gonna get the basics of this down. So break the snap. In other words, put it, break it. Put it here. We should have probably been curving sooner. Yeah. One thing you can do is you can use the other side as a measuring stick and trying to line it up like that. So that means we're going to want to take this one. We're going to want to square it or make it even here. Grab that, and we're going to want this one to try and line up with that one right across it. That may not. We may actually have to pull it out a little bit. Okay. Now here's the fun part. Getting this to all work into the way you want it to. If you're lucky, they don't snap into place right away. If you're unlucky, you're going to have to do a little bit of toying around. But when you stand on top of this, you can see the arrow, if you get it right, will point towards the direction you're staring or looking. So if you do this, like aim at that and place it down, perfect. We don't want it to snap like that, because there's an issue if you do that. If you do get it, this one snapped. We're gonna have to break the snap on that one. So we gotta go grab one of these. That should break the snap. And we can grab this. Actually, where the hell did I place the other one? It doesn't really matter. And now that we've got it like that, we try and line it up here. Whoop. Come on. Perfect. As you can see here what I'm getting at. You gotta break the snap if it snaps, and if you have it where it connects like that the first time, there's a fun little issue where, because you've got these weird angles snapping together like this, it sometimes goes, hey, I'm not letting you connect here, no matter how you want me to, which is why this is important here. Now, once we get this, now I am going to want these to be snapped, but we'll worry about that. Now the problem with standing on a stone is, as you can see, sometimes you slide off, or the arrow moves because you're sliding. As you can see right here, it moved. So you gotta try and stand at the perfect point. We slap it down. I'm gonna grab this one. We should be able to take this. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna have to line this up right here roughly. Now, if everything goes correct, we should get these all to go into place once we go around and do what we need to do. As you can see, this is the issue that I'm talking about, where sometimes it will not let you connect in the way. There is a way to fix it, and it's just a matter of figuring out how to do it. Alright, we're back. I think I figured it out. As you can see here, we now have it completely enclosed. Although, as you can see, it doesn't perfectly line up, these two, so I'm going to have to figure out how to make those line up better. But it's now closed. Now, if you're wondering how I did it, I finally figured it out. So what you do is here. You can see, if you try it on where I was having issues before, you'll notice that it doesn't work, and then all that other fun crud. And then, yeah. And then I went around trying to figure it out. I finally found out that you have to do it on the corner here. Now, I can't guarantee it will work for everybody. You're going to have to play around with it. But as you pretty well know, what I've been saying constantly throughout the video is, well, break the snap. So you place that down. And you gotta make sure to build the structure too. You gotta make sure to build it. If you try and build it or you try to do it the way I showed first, it's not gonna work. So once you've got it all built like this, well, you don't need these pieces here. This is just for later. You don't need to worry about that unless you plan to add in flooring. So now that once you broke the snap, you can see that here it's still, you can see that this area for some reason acts as though the snap is broken unless you go right here. You can see that it snaps and unsnaps with certain parts, and you can wiggle it around. So that's where that comes into play. And then once you've got this, you can place it right here. You'll see that it misses a little bit. That's depending on your efficiency. You can then take and throw in that, remove it, and bam, it snaps right where you need it. Now we go back to this issue. You can see that this snaps in certain positions, that doesn't want to connect and all that. But if you get on basically if you stand on top like this, now you don't have to stand on top, you can stand anywhere you want as long as you can get this to work. You can see that the arrow is pointing towards there. Now you can slap this down, then take this and throw it in, and once you remove it, wha-bam, you've got a circle or a curved structure of your choice. Now the fun part is, what about flooring? Flooring becomes a pain and is dependent on what you're willing to spend and cost. Now, with curved floors, you're going to have some issues with getting certain positions and all that other fun crud. But that's where you come in with logs or stone. It gets building with curved structures can get rather expensive. Now you can see here we're going to be lucky with this setup because now I can lift up this or build another piece off of this. In other words, like this. And then I can lift it up, so we throw in a stone like here, and now this entire floor can be covered, and then from here we can do basically the similar thing. In other words, grab the log, place it down, then we can throw in a stone where we need it. You can also use wood if you wish. Boom. So now that covers this area. This gets covered, that area gets covered, this area gets covered, and all that fun crud. And then you have this area, which we're going to have to figure. If you build this right, you can cover everything. That's usually why I have a square piece and then it curve. But yeah, you can get it to all work. Like, actually no, that's not gonna work. But what about, actually, that gets floored. That does not. So this might be too much of an angle, but you can see here where we can start flooring in the area where we need. Now if you want to, there's other methods to allow you to do that, but yeah, you've got the idea, you got the basics. Oops, I have no clue where the hell I pulled that from, but hey. And then you can simply just make whatever the hell kind of design you want, depending on your imagination. But as you can see here, we have a curved wall even, actually. Now I'm sure there's a way to do it with stone, but I haven't figured that out 100% just yet. So we're gonna pop all this fun crud, throw it off to the side here, and basically call it a video. But yeah, once you got this all set up, you're good to go. Alright, let's throw that out here. And there you go. Alrighty, well, if you enjoyed some of these building tricks and tips and other fun crud, like how to straighten up your bridge, how to build a walkway from here up, or even build a wall if you want to try that. But you've got the tips to do it now. If you guys want to, well, if you want more tips, let me know. If you guys want to be added onto the in-screen credits like these people, make sure to publicly subscribe. After a certain period of time, I'll add you on. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed and you come back for more. I'm going to get ready for actually winter, and that means finding some winter clothes and a few other fun things. And we'll probably continue grinding resources and stuff and get our building here for a time lapse. Bye bye!